to make it a final scoreline at Olympic Village that doesn't suit everybody. Heidelberg 0, Preston 3.
Now to Sydney for the vital middle-of-the-ladder clash between Apia and Sydney, Croatia. For ninth-placed Apia, a win was imperative to stay in touch with the top 5. After picking up 1 competition point in its last 4 games, Mike Uricalo's team could be the next to drop off the leading pack. Sydney, Croatia, currently 8th, has the equal worst goal-scoring record and the second-best defensive record in the league. In its last outing, Croatia produced one of its best efforts of the season to beat Melbourne City 3-1 at Footscray. Your commentator at Lambert Park is Mike Hill.
Cloudy skies and rain again in Sydney greets us to Lambert Park, the home of Apia Leichhardt. Well, this Apia Leichhardt side started out this season with the nickname of Dad's Army, but now it's the Mike Uricalo Babes. 17-year-old Tony Pisano comes into midfield. 18-year-old Peter Murray plays as a striker. 19-year-old Milan Bogojevic also goes into midfield. And on the bench today, they've got a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old. Well, Rod Brown started his career at Marconi. He made 98 appearances and scoring 50 goals before a $25,000 transfer in 1987 brought him to Apia Leichhardt. Well, Sydney, Croatia name an unchanged side from the side that won in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago against JUST 3-1. They've also got a youngster, the number 11 there is 17-year-old David Seal, who made his debut in that last match and scored. Graham Arnold started his career as a Canterbury junior and joined Sydney, Croatia back in 1984. In his initial season, he scored 11 goals. His best season, in fact, was 1986 when he scored 17. He scored 4 so far this season. Our referee this afternoon is the 37-year-old schoolteacher from Sydney, Richard Lawrence. Apia Leichhardt in the claret and blue get us underway. They're attacking the goal to our left in the first half. The record between these two sides, well, there you can see, but Sydney, Croatia have got a good record here at Lambert Park. In their 5 previous visits, they've won 4. Croatia today in their change strip of all white. David Seal, the young 17-year-old who scored on his debut, changing his place in the starting lineup this afternoon. And Wally Chavor, the standing skipper for Sydney, Croatia, in the absence of Vedran Rosic, still overseas. Points at a premium for both of these sides, with Apia Leichhardt in 9th position, Sydney, Croatia down in 8th spot. And really for both sides this afternoon, 2 points essential if they're to make a charge into the top 5. Chavor there being quickly closed down. Leichhardt, who have really been hit hard by injuries. So many of their regular players out today. Savlovic. Pushing one forward. Radel Savage again, who scored in the last match, a 3-2 loss against South Melbourne. You can see there sitting in the grandstand Craig Mason, Kevin Hagan. Also in there is Brian Ellum. In fact, there are 7 players out of action today for Apia Leichhardt. Spreading it wide, looking for Slater. Putting that one back in. Indecision. Graham Arnold. Shot was blocked in the end by Jimmy Webber and goes away for a corner. A let off for Tony Pisano. There was some indecision in the Apia defence. They couldn't clear an awkward bouncing ball. Petkovic started the move, tried to hit it wide to Slater. The ball seemed to hang there in the air. In the end, Slater just punch header forward. Graham Arnold, the player following in, the shot blocked by Jimmy Webber, away for a corner. So Graham Arnold, so close there to increasing his goal tally this season. Shot there deflected for a corner, which wasn't the best. Apia Leichhardt now have a goal kick. Forward there by Murray. Ante Remora. David Seal. Graham Arnold winning that challenge in the air, but Robbie Slater had moved inside. Webber. It came off of Ivar Petkovic. Croatia, of course, still missing Graham Jennings, but the good news for the Sydney Croatia supporters is that Graham Jennings played this afternoon in the youth match, came through unscathed. Crowd huddling beneath the grandstand. Rain still teeming down here at Lambert Park. Sydney Croatia managed 3 goals in their last outing. They haven't been scoring goals, they haven't been conceding too many either. They've only conceded 14 in those 18 matches. Now Hunter. For Robbie Slater to run onto, whips the net cross first time, away by Bruce Halliday. Robbie Slater with the of the park to use this afternoon. Ron Corrie wants him to play wide, get the ball across at every opportunity for Graham Arnold. Sydney Croatia have got a corner. Way there by Rod Brown, back helping his defenders. Now David Rezo. Savovic is the player coming across. Savlovic, the 31-year-old. Signed at the start of the season. Graham Arnold. Pisano drops it. David Seals in. Despair there on the face of Tony Pisano. Joy for the Apia fans and joy there for the 17-year-old David Seal. His second goal in only his second National Soccer League appearance. But Tony Pisano will look back on that with horror. The goal coming after 9 minutes. And David Seal got a tremendous goal-scoring record with the youth side. Is the player here, he's Johnny on the spot to pick up the crumbs. Pisano mishandles. David Seal in there quickly, plants it into an open goal. So what a dream start for the 17-year-old. Goal number 2 of the season. I must say the conditions this afternoon awkward for goalkeepers. It bounced just in front of Pisano and goalkeepers don't like that. But David Seal was on the spot. 9 minutes gone. Apia Leichhardt 0. Sydney Croatia 1. Graham Arnold. Now Seal. Forward quickly looking for Petkovic, who's doing some holding in fact. Bruce Halliday. Free kick quickly taken. Webber into trouble. Slater got in there first. Shane Clinch. Although recovered quickly. Halliday always available, always in space. Kosmina. Pisano. One from the youngster, ball to the far post and Brown can't get a hold of it. Away in the end by Shane Clinch. Tony Pisano, 17-year-old, made a good run. He was well spotted initially by John Kosmina. Took it to the byline. Ball aimed at the far post. Rod Brown's the player coming in. Just can't get a touch. Arnold. Great counter defence. There's Bruce Halliday. The last line for Apia. Now Hunter. Arnold is pushed in the back. Arnold, 10 goals last season, just 4 so far this year. There's free kicks taken away there by Radler Savlovic. Now Clinch, running it wide, looking for Slater. Placed there by Mark Brown. Defender comes off best. So forward. Mark Jones lifting it over. Defence and Slater's got behind them to the far post. Needed to be more accurately crossed. Good opportunity that. For Robbie Slater. He was well spotted by Mark Jones, who lifted it over the defender. Slater, I feel he should have done better. Jones. Petkovic wanted to take the throw a bit too quickly for the liking of referee Richard Lawrence, also stealing a couple of extra yards. Getting in for his skipper. And Slater. Doing so well, Robbie Slater. There for Arnold. Radosavljevic there first. Halliday. Kosmina to chase. Now on Hunter in close pursuit. Elbows there from John Kosmina. To the free kick for Sydney, Croatia. Kosmina has found the net on 4 occasions so far this season. It'll be Alan Hunter to take the free kick. Webber. Challenge there from Jimmy Webber. Brown. Now Hunter. There's a caught. A late challenge from Pedro Ricoy, who gets the yellow card for going in with stud showing. So the first yellow card of the afternoon. It's not been the best of weekends for Pedro Ricoy. Involved in that boating accident yesterday. Resulted in a broken nose. He's playing this afternoon with a painkilling injection. Just to complete the weekend, he's now got a yellow card. Hunter. Clinch. Hunter. And for Robbie Slater to chase. Mark Brown back. Slater. Slater, and denied there by Pisano. Slater again. Arnold can't get a touch. Petkovic gets the header in. And Tony Pisano reacted well. Slater was denied initially by Tony Pisano. There was the opportunity for Sydney, Croatia to increase their lead. Robbie Slater there, put on his way. Gets away from Mark Brown, only the keeper to beat. Pisano there does well. Slater this time slides it across the face of goal. Arnold can't get a touch. Petkovic following in, gets the header. Tony Pisano was awake to the situation and reacted well. Slater. Slater upended. Take the free kick quickly. Tony Pisano got in there. Stop that happening. Now Petkovic. Playing in the space, nobody made the run. Pisano. Was met by Shane Clinch. First time ball forward, away there by Radosavljevic, only as far as Graham Arnold. Still Arnold twisting and turning. Slater. Petkovic there, went the wrong way, he couldn't stop. Conditions not the best for players this afternoon. The pitch very heavy. The overnight rain, very slippery. Now Dragojevic. Kosmina. Dragojevic. So much potential. Radosavljevic. Now to run forward. Still Radosavljevic. Now Kosmina. Dragojevic. Wide for Mark Brown, who's got some space. Chipping this one in. The header. A free header there on the edge of the 6-yard box, and Peter Murray will be disappointed he didn't plant that in the back of the net. Peter Murray, who scored twice so far this season, couldn't believe his luck. Apia switched the ball from one side to the other. In the end, it came to Mark Brown, who found himself with a lot of space, measured his cross, picked his spot, and Peter Murray comes in, a free header, and surely he should have done better. Dragojevic. Now Webber. Kosmina just trying to touch on. Who was in there first? Still Alan Hunter. Now Seal. Playing that back into the path there of Clinch. Petkovic. Over Petkovic there. Pulled down by Bruce Halliday. A free kick to Sydney, Croatia. sure if they know what they're going to do. And in the end, they really got mixed up. Peter Murray got in there quickly. Tony Bazzano will be very relieved. They were trying to get too clever there, and in the end, nobody knew what anybody else was going to do. Here's Petkovic. Bojovic. In the final 5 minutes of this first half. Ricoy. We've made a good run forward. It all breaks down. Apia now are short at the back. We're chasing back quickly. Here's Petkovic. David Rezo. Petkovic. In space. Whipping this one across. David Seal. Second goal of the afternoon for Sydney, Croatia. And the second goal for the 17-year-old. No wonder the 17-year-old can celebrate. The goal coming after 40 minutes. But a lot of that is down to Ivan Petkovic. David Rezo there picked out Petkovic. Measured his cross. David Seal coming in, giving Tony Bazzano no chance whatsoever. But Ivan Petkovic, in fact, started the move off. He picked out Rezo. Rezo returned the ball. But how about this for clinical and deadly finishing? And 40 minutes gone in the first half. David Seal gets his second of the afternoon. Gives us this scoreline. Apia Leichhardt 0, Sydney, Croatia 2. So that's 3 goals now in just 1.5 matches in the National Soccer League for David Seal. No wonder he looks happy. It's a player who's got big raps from Ron Corrie. Scored goals regularly in the Youth League. Graham Arnold. In there that time by Bojovic. John Kosmina. Pushed down there by Alan Hunter. Quite a tussle there. John Kosmina saying that's the 4th time he's brought me down. Pedro Ricoy. Way there by Mark Jones. Throw to Apia. Murray. Back to Savlovic. John Kosmina's pulled one back. Radler Savlovic had gone forward and caused a lot of problems, and in the end though it was the finishing power of John Kosmina. John Kosmina, his 5th goal of the season. But it all came from the throw-in. Peter Murray there picking out Radler Savlovic, who had gone forward. Very tight there, good turn, good chip in. And John Kosmina gets there before the keeper. Good glancing header into the back of the net. John Kosmina, who's so deadly in those situations. Makes it goal 132 in the National Soccer League. He's first here this afternoon. He gives us this scoreline. Apia Leichhardt 1, Sydney, Croatia 2. So 2 goals in the space of a couple of minutes. John Kosmina, the goal-scoring touch is still there. The first half that has seen 2 goals from the 17-year-old David Seal. The first of those after 9 minutes, the second after 40 minutes. And as David Seal starts his NSL career, John Kosmina scored the all-important goal for Apia as he comes to the twilight of his. His goal came after 42 minutes. The goals that give us a half-time scoreline here at Lambert Park. Apia Leichhardt 1, Sydney, Croatia 2. Sydney, Croatia get the second half underway now, attacking the goal. 2 out left. In the half-time break, Apia Leichhardt made 1 substitution. Tony Franze, 17-year-old, comes on to replace the other 17-year-old, Tony Bazzano. Apia trailing here by 2 goals to 1. This is Bruce Halliday. Forward for Kosmina. Free kick, in fact, goes to Sydney, Croatia. Kosmina and Ella Hunter have had quite a tussle this afternoon. David Rezzo, ahead of Graham Arnold. Halliday, signed by Jones. Shane Clinch. There by Grigojevic. Shane Clinch, who joined Sydney, Croatia in 1984 from the New South Wales State League side, Sutherland. And David Seals onside. Jimmy Webber stopped. Appeal for the offside. David Seals, they're trying to get it across for Graham Arnold. And it was intercepted by Jimmy Webber, who recovered quickly. Apia there, so close to being caught. They stopped, appealed for the offside. Bobby Slater takes the deflection. Comes off the head of Webber. Clash of heads there between Webber and Radler Savlovic. As Tony Pisano gets it out of play. Jimmy Webber requiring attention. You can see there, Webber stopped, put his arm up. David Still, though, was on his way. Jimmy Webber is being taken off. More worries now for Mike Uricalo. Immediately a call in for his second substitute, Mike Reeder, who's played half a game in the National Soccer League. Savlovic also receiving some attention. So Mike Reeder comes on wearing the number 14 shirt. And he's just 16 years old. Stopped there by Ante Remora. And then Ricoy slips as he tried to turn. David Rezzo. They there again before Graham Arnold. Pedro Ricoy must be in such pain this afternoon. Forced to play because of the limited squad here at Apia. He's given all action performance for his team and for his coach. It's Peter Murray. Levi Rezzo knocked on his way there by Arnold. Now Slater. Now Arnold. All run away from him. Reeder. Now Rezzo. Ricoy. Back to Savlovic. Mike Reeder. Kosmina. Lovely ball. Kosmina. Mike Reeder to the far post. Now Peter Murray sliced it wide. There was the opportunity. And Peter Murray, you can see how disappointed he is. But there was some lovely play there from John Kosmina. Perfectly weighted return pass there to Mike Reeder. Aim this one for the far post. The ball runs loose. Peter Murray. The ball, in fact, was going away from him as he tried to get that shot in on target. Still these dark clouds hanging over Lambert Park. Manis Lamond is the player to come on. Manis Lamond could really relish these conditions this afternoon. Sadovich again. Ricoy. Now Halliday. Away from Petkovic. Kosmina. Mark Brown. Trying to switch play. Breaks down. Now Graham Arnold. Bad pass that from Graham Arnold. Conditions really heavy this afternoon, and Graham Arnold, as he always does, is given 110% as John Kosmina tries to shot. It's charged down. Second shot came in from Grigojevic. Keeper got his body behind the ball. Graham Arnold has worked so hard Seems to be a very tired player. John Kosmina tried the first shot here. It was charged down. It broke nicely in the end for Blagojevich. Really hit this one with some power. Keeper there got his body behind the ball. It really is essential in these conditions. It's coming in. Now Pedro Ricoy. Inches wide. Pedro Ricoy playing with a broken nose. It's really been a wholehearted performance this afternoon. And he was so close there to bringing Apia onto level terms. The header from Hunter wasn't the best. Ricoy pounced, it was only inches wide. Now Mark Brown. Arnold. Into the path of Slater. Apia here could be caught, still Robbie Slater. Halliday in pursuit, still Slater. Manis Lemond, 3-1. Manis Lemond has come on. And certainly now has given Sydney Croatia 2 points. But Apia were caught. Sydney Croatia fans celebrate. But as Apia went searching for an equaliser, they were exposed at the back. And it was the speed of Robbie Slater who set up the chance for Manis Lemond to finish. Slater sets off on his way. Bruce Halliday's the player in pursuit. But Apia there were caught. And Slater, who's been denied twice in a similar position by Tony Pisano, slides it across the face of goal, and there's Manis Lemond, who's only been on the field for 4 minutes, gets his name on the score sheet. But Manis Lemond, his 3rd goal of the season, but it was set up by Robbie Slater. It's the goal now that gives us this scoreline of Apia Leichhardt 1, Sydney Croatia 3. Away by Ante Remora. Referee Richard Lorenz again checked his watch. There's the final whistle. 2 valuable points for Sydney Croatia, made safe by Manis Lemond, who scored 4 minutes after coming on as a substitute. John Kosmina got Apia's only goal just 3 minutes before half-time. The final scoreline here at Lambert Park: Apia Leichhardt 1, Sydney Croatia 3.
And there were 3 other matches